Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we've got a really wonderful story for you all about the story of the special camel. Let's get right into it. All right, so I want you to get nice and comfy because we're about to jump into a story about a very special camel and some people who really needed its help. Okay, so our story starts in this really beautiful, faraway place. Picture this. We're traveling to a valley called Al-Hajar, way up in the north of Arabia. And, this wasn't just any old valley. I want you to imagine a place where everything was, well, perfect. The land was just so green and good that if you planted something, it felt like it would grow big and strong almost overnight. And everywhere you looked, there were happy animals. You'd see these big herds of cattle and all these fluffy sheep just munching away on that amazing green grass. The whole place was just bursting with life. So, because the land was so incredible, no one ever had to worry about being hungry. I mean, everyone had tons of food, lots of water, literally plenty of everything they could ever need. But something funny can happen when life gets too easy. When people have everything they need, sometimes they start to forget. They forget where all these amazing gifts came from. And that's what happened here. The people in the valley, they started to forget about Allah. Now, when folks start to forget these important things, Allah often sends a special messenger to kind of nudge them and help them remember. We call this messenger a prophet. And really, their whole job is to help people get back on track and remember to be good and thankful. So, to help the people living in this valley, they were called the people of Thamud. Allah sent this really kind, good man named Salih. And he came with a super simple message. Hey everyone, remember Allah and be thankful for everything you have. But yeah, not everyone was thrilled to hear this. In fact, at first, some of the really rich and powerful leaders, they just laughed at him. Can you believe it? They pointed at Salih and basically told him to get lost. They just would not listen. But Salih, he was so patient and so kind. He didn't let it get to him. He didn't give up. He just kept talking to people really gently. And you know what? Pretty soon, the good people in the valley started to pay attention. They started to think, what this guy's saying, it makes a lot of sense. Well, this made those leaders who didn't like Salih really upset. They saw all these people starting to listen to him, and they wanted it to stop right now. So they came up with an idea. They demanded that Salih prove he was a real prophet. They said, show us a sign, show us a miracle. So what do you think they asked for? What would you ask for? A giant palace? Maybe a mountain of gold? What kind of crazy sign do you think these angry leaders demanded? They asked for a camel. But hold on, not just any old camel. Oh, no. They were super specific. They wanted a miraculous camel, something totally impossible, something that nobody had ever seen before. So what does Prophet Salih do? He just quietly prayed to Allah. He asked for this special sign, and you're not going to believe it. Allah answered his prayer and sent down this absolutely wonderful, special camel. It was a real, true miracle. And this camel was special for a really important reason. It came with this amazing gift. See, it gave milk, but not just a little bit of milk. Tons and tons of it. So much milk that it was enough for all the poor people in the valley to have as much as they wanted. Everyone could share this incredible gift. And you can just imagine how happy this made all the good people who were following Salih. But here's the crazy part. Not everyone was happy about this. Can you even believe that? Seeing Saleh and his followers all joyful, sharing the milk, being kind to each other, it actually made those angry leaders even more angry. So you basically had two groups with two totally different reactions. You had Salih's followers who were so happy with the camel, they shared all the milk, they listened to Salih. And then you had the angry leaders. They were just miserable and unhappy. They did not want to share, and they came up with a truly awful plan. They decided they were going to kill the special camel. Now, when Prophet Salih found out about this terrible plan, he went to them with a very serious warning. He said, listen, if you hurt this camel, this special gift from Allah, then Allah will definitely punish you. So, what do you think happened? Did those angry leaders listen to his warning? Let's see what happened next and what important lesson we can learn from all this. So sad to say, they didn't listen. First, filled with all that anger, they went and hurt and killed the special camel. As soon as that happened, Prophet Salih knew what he had to do. He gathered all the good people and led them safely out of the valley. And then, just like he warned, a terrifying earthquake came and shook the whole land. It destroyed the entire valley and all the bad people who just refused to listen. And this right here, this is probably the most important part of the whole story. If they had just listened to Prophet Salih, if they had just shared that gift from the camel and been kind to each other, they would have been saved. So as we wrap up our story today, I want to leave you with a little something to think about. What do you think is the biggest lesson from the story of the special camel? Is it about how important it is to listen to good advice? Or maybe it's about sharing what we have? Or maybe just being thankful for all the gifts in our lives? It's such a great story with so much to teach us. Thanks so much for listening today.